Alright, hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to make a video. I've tried several attempts, but the mail came in finally, so I decided to just start over, and that's always a good thing because I get the mail squeezed in here as well, and I'll have to make two videos. But one of the things that I wanted to mention is that eBay and things like Historic Images like to find you some close matches. And I don't like close matches. I want exact matches. You know, because I'm typing in something, and I guess if I do the what do you call it, punctuation wrong, then I can fix that. But I know exactly what I'm looking for. So I just was in this. They have a 30% off and free shipping, so I figured I'd buy 2 or 3 pictures because I got some dollars in the bank from a refund check that I just got. Then I got, then I went to check the mail earlier, or the newspaper actually, and there was a bunch of ruined mail in the driveway. There was 3 or 4 pieces of mail that was all ripped to shreds here. Some private information, I don't know, just 3 or 4 different, or 2 or 3 different people belong to. So I don't know what happened, if it blew out of their box and got tore up by a car, or somebody has been thefting the mail looking for checks. I don't know. So I was kind of nervous watching the mail car come and take the mail away. But you can't see from the end of the driveway. You used to be able to with binoculars, but you just can't anymore. There's just trees in the way, and no matter how much you cut them, you're not going to see anything. And the red flag is just impossible to see until you're like 3/4 of the way down the driveway. So it's kind of a long trip via either bicycle. I mean, long trip relatively, but it's it can be an exhausting trip here. Then I have some other notes here. I don't even know what the I'm not even sure. Oh yeah. So I was looking up ABC After School Special, and I have this DVD set here. The After School Special 79 to 80. Now what's interesting about these is that they didn't do every year. This is only 4 episodes between 79 and 80. There's a set that goes like from 82 to like 85 or 86 or something like that. So they cut out like 83, 84, and 85. And a lot of those are hard to find. Some of them are only $10. This one, it looks like in new condition, is between $40 and $70 or something like that. This is not in very good condition. I think it was only like $8 or $10 when I got it many years ago through eBay or Amazon. It's really beat up, but I don't really care. I only watched this once or twice. Some of the episodes are quite shocking if you haven't, you know, it's kind of things that they should show in school just to get kids, you know, on the right path. But nobody does anything anymore like that. Then I got something called The Beast of Yucca Flats. That was a a VCR tape. I don't have that here, but I was looking up The Beast of Yucca Flats here. I can get to it here. I'm looking at something else here. Yeah, see, The Beast of Yucca Flats. I don't have that. Here we go. And I had it brand new factory sealed VCR tape. So here's one that's a combination Brain That Wouldn't Die, Beast of Yucca Flats, blah blah. Okay, and then there's just numerous different copies of The Beast of Yucca Flats. At one time it was 20 bucks back in the day, but what's interesting is you can watch this for free on YouTube, and also there's 2 different versions. One is like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version, but that version is the same copy as what I have, and that's an edited copy. I don't have the guys in the background, just the movie. There's another copy of it that's got some stuff on the beginning of it. I don't know what else, some other titles or whatever, and that was not edited out, so I had the edited version. So I decided, you know what, open that up, see what I have here. Watched a little bit of it, and I said, okay, let's get rid of it. So it didn't have any value as a sealed VCR tape, even though it probably would have been at 10. So that has been sealed since probably the 90s, early 2000s, and now is no longer sealed, and that'll go off to my friend who likes vintage movies. Then I had a VCD. I think this is a VCD. Don't quote me on this. I've got some other different box variations, but I don't have them all here. They're all in usually foreign languages here. This is One Night at McCool's. I just thought the packaging was kind of neat. I think they probably got me a DVD. Or sorry, not DVD. I think they got me a CD price at the Goodwill bin store a while back ago. I know that's John Goodman. That looks like Paul Reiser. That's maybe Michael Douglas. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the other guy is. I can't think of his, but anyway, just kind of interesting. So that's kind of a fun little weird format that you don't see very often. It has absolutely no value, maybe like what I paid for it, but I just think it's kind of fun. You don't see those very often. And then we got some mail that came in today. I'll show you that in just 1 second here. anything else we want to go through here. Like I said, Historic Images is having a sale, and I'm just trying to find things that will take up very little space, cut the clutter, and add to my collection. I know Big Scott 35 his video this morning was mirroring almost exactly what I was going to say. You know, trying to focus on certain things, and it was just like, I couldn't have said it better, and I probably did. I'm not saying it better. But anyway, I was looking up, like I said, the ABC after school specials, but then what I was doing is looking up each title, because that might not have the word after school specials on it. It might just say press photo, you know, of this particular movie, and may not have that in the title. I'm not going to necessarily go for 150 different pictures, from each school special. They probably originally came as press kits with a number of images. I just don't know how many. It's things like the Bad News Bears press kits, you can kind of get an idea. But maybe I can find a video or a channel on a website on the internet, maybe about press kits, and see what they usually consisted of, what came with them, and why they were used, and how they were, what was done maybe after that they were, where they filed or where they just pitched, when they were done with them. A lot of people just threw away photographs because at one time, who needed a picture of some random television show that was no longer remembered because it wasn't on VCR tape or DVD at some point? So there was that one there. I had some other, oh yeah. So I'm in the process of purging my movies. I already mentioned The Beast of Yucca Flats. And I have a friend that likes classic movies, so I try to give those to him. I'm watching Starman right now, which I have never gotten around to watching. It's actually pretty good. I've only got like a third of the way through it, so I'm probably going to keep that one. With Jeff Bridges, I believe, and Karen Allen, and Charles Martin. I mean, he's not one of my favorite actors of all time, but I like Charles Martin Smith because he was an American Graffiti. I almost said American Rafiki. Excuse me. I was dumb. But I just like him because he's just kind of like a believable character. He just doesn't have like the, Tom Cruise, type of looks or whatever. He's more of like a Richard Dreyfuss kind of, not super tall, not super short, not super, well, Richard Dreyfuss probably super short, but they really know their craft, and they could just fit in wherever. So, people that can act, like that, they're doing matter of fact, that sort of kind of acting. That's what I like. So I want to get into the mail here, and we got this one here from the Yermo post office. I don't know if this was a resend or what this was. Maybe it wasn't. They really sealed it. So I'm going to have to go to town on this envelope here. I don't really care. I saved the envelope so that I don't these are like things that don't have to be mint here. Oops, I opened up two things at once here. Well, shoot. I don't want to lose a finger here. I've already, got stung by a yellow jacket yesterday. That was no fun. The neighbor mowed over a whole bunch of ground bees or whatever, yellow jackets, and riled them all up. And I was far enough, I thought, away from all the commotion there. There was just hundreds of bees everywhere, and I got stung once on the arm. And thankfully, I wiped it off before it got to everything. So they gave me back my letter on some sort of postcard. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's some sort of Hawaiian postcard, I'm not sure, but anyway. So that just goes bye-bye because I don't need my old letter. And they canceled it here, but I can barely even read a blessed thing here. You would think that they would learn and put the cancel down here. They have a super dry canceling machine. Sometimes you could do that and it'll wipe off the stamps. But anyway, it came back okay, and there's the front of it. Desert Roadrunner from Yermo, California. That's the one I believe I found at I'm not sure if it was at a Goodwill store. I think it was. Or a local thrift store. I just don't remember. It was either 50 cents or 1 cent, something to that effect. So there's that one there. This one came out of Washington State from Jose Hernandez JNS Collectibles. So we'll see what this is all about here. I need to get the nail file out of the way here so I can get the knife to work here. I have a little trusty little mini one of these type of things here. That works pretty well. So we'll just get this open here. I try to save every stitch of packing that I get because I have not had to buy bubble wrap very much at all this year. I bought a couple pieces. Let's get out of this here. Let's find some other background here. We'll just, I'm not really sure what I'm, there we go. I'll see if I can get this. That's a IMDb that's open now. Try to get everything done in one video. I had an event planned this weekend, but it fell through, so I'm just sitting here just doing whatever I feel like. It's just probably better. You know, I don't like to be sitting somewhere making a couple of dollars and then having to bring most of it home. Sorry about the keep moving that. I just can't get this danged envelope open. It's really difficult here. And I don't know how that. It's like a bubble mailer that they folded over here. All right, so we just about got that now. Get that. There we go. All right, so now we have the complete second season of Head of the Class. I picked Washington State because I figured that would come pretty quickly, and it did. It was something like $27.50 or something like that, $26.50, somewhere in that price range there. It's brand new, factory sealed. There are people that are asking the exact same price for a used copy of this. I'm like, well, that's dumb. I mean, there was one anomaly. Somebody got all the ones currently available up to season 4, I believe, and they were like $5.50 used each. And I was like, and they were like only one bidder, I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they would have gone up to, but I would have definitely put up to $10 a piece on those or so, and that bidder probably would have gone away. But here is the packaging here. These are a Warner Brothers DVD. Thank you, Warner, for finally bringing me some of my childhood. You can watch these on, I can't remember, it was Rewind TV, but one of the free networks. If you have one of those figure 8 antennas, you'll get a lot of channels, hopefully. All the other As Seen on TV ones. I just saw another video a couple weeks ago about one of these flat antennas that has a black cord on it. Basically, that cord is good for just strangling yourself with it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, not to be gross or anything, but it really has no value. I mean, I would clip the TV end off of it and use it as a cord to tie my trunk down. That's all I would do. So this comes with 3 discs, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 or 30 episodes on there. That's a pretty good deal. You know, I don't like to keep everything brand new, factory sealed. It looks like Mr. Moore here has, can't remember if he got the mustache afterwards or got rid of it later on. I don't really remember. But it was always kind of kooky because these kids were like super ancient. They were most of the kids were in their 20s. There was one true to honest Janice, I think right there, the girl that played Janice, I cannot find her autograph to save my life. She basically was an actual real kid. And I think there was one person that was maybe 18, but the rest of them were like 19, 20, 21. I can't remember if 22 or 20. Arvid, who looked probably the youngest out of all of them except for Janice. Arvid was the oldest out of all of them. That's absolutely insane. He was old enough to have probably graduated college. That's how old some of these kids were. It's really silly on that, but anyway. Like I said, I remember this. It had a great theme song. I just liked kids in school, and it just, kids being kids. That's just, getting in trouble and then learning their lesson at the end of the episode. That's just what I liked to watch back in the day. And there was that one there. So I think that's pretty much all for the day. I'm going to be purging some more sports cards hopefully soon. I've got about 10 movies on the purge pile, but I got probably close to 500 or 600 movies. I buy very, very few films anymore. Very, very few. I could probably go to my collection and just make a big pile of all the ones that came from Dollar Tree. And then that would probably be several hundred of them at least. A good fraction of my Doctor Who, the modern Doctor Who, I think I have 10 or 12 DVDs that came from the Dollar Tree, and some of those were $1.25 and some of them were $1 a piece. And I saved probably like $100 at least from that deal, because normally those would be about $10 new at least, maybe $10 or $12 in that particular range. Sometimes you catch them on sale for around $8, depending on how generous Amazon or whoever you buy it from is feeling that day. Used, they don't have a ton of value, but if you try to buy them brand new factory sealed, I actually ended up with an extra couple copies, and it didn't bother me because I could give those away or do something else with them. I ended up probably with 3 extra copies at one point, because I said, well, why not? I got almost my entire Star Trek collection. I had like maybe 2 Star Trek movies, and then I think I got like 6 or 7 of them at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And that's just how I had to do that. It would be just kind of fun to see what I have left. I mean, there's hundreds of Dollar Tree movies that have since been left and purged the collection. I've got numerous places other than Goodwill to dump them. I don't have anybody that would buy my DVDs. That's not a thing that I do. It depends on, again, every single movie and DVD that I find usually these days is so far off the wall that nobody's looking for it, regardless if it has a $6 value or a $60 value. Those are the ones that don't sell. I mean, you go to the Goodwill stores and everything is picked clean. They don't sell VCR tapes at the main store, so you have to go to the bins. They bring out this great vast bin of media, and it's just absolutely insane how much there is. And then you're going through all the VCR tapes, and more than likely somebody at home scanned all the VCR tapes, and then maybe some employee scanned all the VCR tapes. So anything that has any value is not, you know, it would be like finding My Giant or Forget Paris or something like that. I got a nice 4-pack. You know, a 4-pack, it was something ridiculous on sale, like at FYE for like barely even $1. I think it was, so I got 4 movies for $1. I know it was used, but that's what good, you know, it just, and that was on DVD, not VCR tape. You know, so if you find Forget Paris on VCR tape, even if it was brand new factory sealed. Somewhere around here, I got Tom and Huck with Brad Renfro and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And that has absolutely zero value, brand new factory sealed. Mine's got a tiny little ding on it. I got it at a store called Buybacks way back in the day for, I think it was 25 cents. They were selling a lot of their VCR tapes for 25 cents. All the cool stores have since gone out of business. FYE, Buybacks, any physical media store. I gotta look at some of these pawn shops and see if they have any DVDs. There's one big pawn shop. I just don't like pawn shops. It's just not something that I like to go to. You know, because you're always, you know, under the watchful eye of the owner. You know, bars on the windows and all that kind of fun stuff. You know, and we're going to need bars on the windows of every place around here pretty soon. I mean, it's ridiculous when churches get arsoned. There's not the one that I go to, but you know, in the Capitol here, there was a church that in fact, they used to have card shows in the gym there. And somebody they let the garbage on fire outside, and it caught the church on fire and burned a good part of it, and ruined a little part of the school. Not much, but there's smoke damage to the school. It just stinks. You know, people just have no class. You know, this is when kids were striving to get to the head of the class. Now people, you know, under the, you know, certain administrations, current and former, basically just say, well, you know what, if you have no class, then neither will we. If you don't strive to be excellent and be proper and polite while you're excellent, then all bets are off, you know. And then you've got countries from outside of the United States that are going to take over eventually. I don't want to get into all that, but it's just one of those deals. So that was kind of unfortunate. That was in the newspaper this morning. Very distressing, because, you know, it serves, you know, 1,300 people, you know, and helps out all kinds of, you know, and very diverse group of people, you know, all kinds of, you know, ethnicities are represented there. So, but anyway, back to my particular plight, and like Big Scott 35, you know, we want to have the best collections that we can for the lowest price. So I'm going to go participate in the Historic Images sale, and it's got a couple days left to go. 30% off, free shipping if you spend over $10. So I'll probably buy 3 pictures. I put some dollars in the bank from a refund check, so I am out of time, but I've got everything that I wanted to talk about in this particular video. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.